Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Invasions Week 13, Day 4. So, as far as things that we have to do, of course we have the Sunspear event right now for the Pride Lands hero class. It's not really that good of a hero class, and I'm probably just going to do the free battles just because, for whatever reason, the lower end of the leaderboard is very high. So doing the default amount of battles to get all rewards would only give us 1 orb instead of 2, which basically means we're paying an absurd amount for just basically 1 single orb. And given that Bounty Hunter is just tomorrow already, so we might as well just wait till tomorrow. So we're probably just going to do it, get our free like 20, 25 gems, whatever it is, and go from there, because the rest isn't really that needed. Other than that, we do have, as I just mentioned, Bounty Hunter tomorrow. I believe it even says it right there. Yeah, 5 hours and 51 minutes. So that's right around the corner, and we'll be able to get, like, what is that, 3 smaller orbs, 2 vault keys, and 2 major orbs, I believe, and maybe even a little bit more if that ends up making a leaderboard. But yeah, gonna be doing that mainly tomorrow. But anyways, oh yeah, we got this legendary task earlier. Apparently you can still get the someone actually mentioned this yesterday too when I was talking about the faction stuff. But yeah, it is still possible to get all the faction stuff from legendary tasks for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. That's a little bit annoying, but hopefully they'll fix that eventually. I don't believe that's intended. You're supposed to only get them from specifically the factions themselves from opening portals, but oh well. I think it's still in play that the same thing can end up happening with the exact same thing can happen with treasure, I believe. Still, you can still get the lamp from a legendary task, and you still can get the mythic treasure from one of those like $50 things. I'm pretty sure they probably fixed that for the purchases though. If they haven't, that would be pretty hilarious, because I know some people got it from legendary tasks and stuff in the past. But anyways, let's go and let's start with invasions. That is not where invasions is. I click on the only location where it wouldn't be. Anyways, let's do these. Have about 6 battles. Still using the same thing we have been. Haven't had much of a need to change it. Well, I guess we did put Ubestead in there, but that's actually what I was originally running with anyways. If anything, we just changed right back to it. Let's go with that. Also, hello everyone. Hello Brian. Hello Questor. Hello James. Hello Captain. Hello Mr. Jesse. Hello Bradley. And hello Jan. And hello everyone else. Welcome. But yeah, this Friday we have Bounty Hunter. Next Friday we have a new Mythic. So we'll start with that Dawnbringer. Get our mana that we need right there. Buff this so we can actually one-shot everything. Actually, before we do, grab the one-shot that's sitting there. And we'll be good to go. Give him a buff so we'll just one-shot. Take that skull. Then we can Ubestead. Unfortunately, we don't get double kill, but it still gets the kill at least. If nothing else. That'll just kill that. And now we don't even need to worry about barrier. Now just the waiting game of trying to find a final hit. Yeah, that should be matched. We just take the brown, just like a skull on barrier. Actually, we didn't even get hit a single time in that battle. Mainly because of Dawnbringer, of course. Hello, Marcelo. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Overfiend. Hello, Rapief. Hello, Iron. Hello, Jvills. Welcome. You finally got to mythic levels on the new Delve room. Very nice. How has my day been going? Pretty well. Actually, the SD card for the, where'd it go? The SD card for the Switch finally came in today. I've been needing a little bit more memory on it because I'll probably be downloading some of the games. Actually, as soon as Smash comes out in 1 week. Smash is coming out next Friday. We'll be doing that quite a bit next Friday, too. We'll still be doing the normal Gems of War stream, but of course we'll be doing that as well whenever it's downloadable. But I actually needed that SD card. Got 128 gigabytes. Got it during the Black Friday deals and everything. So it was only about, I think, 20 bucks or so. I think they were selling a very, very large one for 80. That was extremely price reduced, but I assumed I wouldn't really need too much space. I mainly just need one because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is gigantic, and Smash will actually overuse the amount of space left on this Switch. So I need something to cover that last little bit of space. But I'm pretty sure I won't be getting too many Switch games. And if I do, we'll probably just have to like undownload some and then re-download others. Be a little bit annoying, but for only $20, might as well do it that way. A lot cheaper. Are these new headphones? Yes and no. No, these are not new headphones. They are the same trash ones I've been using for a while now as replacements to my previous ones. I still need to go get proper headphones. I actually didn't bother getting any during the all the deals. But for now, these are adequate. They're pretty bad, but I'm getting used to them. So they're fine for now. Don't kill it. What are you doing? We need that alive. I might need to throw a Dawnbringer here just so we don't die. He's using all those true damage towers too, which can be a little bit annoying sometimes. That should have been our skull. Okay, I gotta be careful I don't give him one. I should probably just be going for Dawnbringer again in the safest way possible. Every single turn. It looks like this will lower red into Surge. He gives us free skull, thank you. And one skull will kill it. And he just hands it to us, doesn't even need the Dawnbringer. When an ally is transformed, devour that enemy. Ha ha ha! I'm pretty sure they would never add that. Though, that would be way too specific, but that would be pretty funny. There was once discussion, they never ended up implementing it, they just added a normal immune instead. But to adding immunities to devour and instant kills to things that have larger size. So big would partially have it, large would have it better, and then things like behemoth would have it completely. They never ended up doing that though, they just ended up adding actual traits like immune to devour, immune to instant kill, and stuff like that. But no, we do need more things, specifically that have 4 immunities. They need to add a new trait that's just 4 immunities. Immune to Devour, immune to Deathmark, immune to Instant Kill, and immune to Transform. That would make it immune to every single instant kill option in the game, if it had those 4 immunities. Immune to Lethal, Devour, Deathmark, and Transform. But nothing currently has that. Well, actually I shouldn't say that. These things technically have it. But it has a bunch of other stuff on top of it as well. Invulnerable. It's immune to all status effects, Devour, Mana Drain, Transform, and Lethal Damage. But basically just the 4 of them, so it's not as overpowered on a lot of things. Because the reason so many things don't have it, currently the only thing player-owned that has it are those new Dooms. But the main reason is that's just way too many immunities to give to an actual player-owned thing that's good. Which is why they haven't. But if they made one that was just the instant kills, they'd probably use it on a lot more stuff. Rather than nearly nothing like they do now. Wow, we still haven't used a single battle yet. Very lucky on Val Ravens. Also, that reminds me, I didn't even double check to see what rewards we have. Pretty sure we have an orb waiting for us. Okay, we'll go for a buff here. Oh no, never mind, just skull. I gotta go for skull. Oh well. Okay, I guess we buff it now. Actually, you know what? Oops, it's probably enough to kill that. There we go. So far, so good. Go for another one. Dawnbringer, kill it. Oh, I didn't see that extra turn. Oh well. And one more hit will do it. Just in case, let's do that. And dead. After free battles used in the class event, how many gems would you need to spend to finish out the class event rewards? It depends, which is one of the really annoying parts about class events. It depends where the final Valraven falls. But normally it only costs tier 3, which would end up being 250 gems. The problem is, ever so occasionally, tier 3 will not be enough, meaning you would have to spend 500 gems just to get the 1 orb, which I believe is the case this week. Because the lower end of the leaderboard is very high. Normally it's not that high. Normally it's more towards like a 40. So I assume the Valraven does not fall properly this time around. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not doing it. Whenever these numbers are high, it's probably a good idea not to. Because even if the Valraven does fall correctly, that just means there's a good chance we won't be able to get our orb, our second free orb. The only times where it's really good to go for is if with 250 gems, you could get 2 orbs and 75 gems back. Then it's really good value, but very rarely is that ever the case. Which is why lately I've actually been stopping doing these events. If I was to go all the way, it'd be worth it, because as you can see, there's very small competition. We could easily have gotten 2 major orbs this week if we wanted to. So I might start trying for these a little bit more often. I just need to have a free Thursday where I'm not really doing anything. But still, getting that power orb, there's so much competition for it still. Because both of these people will just throw like all their resources at it until they get it. Like if I try and go against that person, we'd probably go for like a 1,000, 2,000 gem battle, just throwing more and more gems at it until one of us eventually gets it. But anyways, let's continue with invasions. Then we'll head over to that just to claim our free gems and then probably do delves. And in between there somewhere, we'll have a redeem code. Hello, Haley. Hello, George. Hello, no one. Welcome. And hello, Brian. You really want Ubestead, but you'd rather get more invasion sizzles. Is it worth getting 50 event keys, or would you still have a very small chance to get it? Buying invasion sigils would have a very small chance, but it is very, 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 very small. You would have a better chance spending 50 event keys, or buying 50 event keys with gems, than you would buying that same gem worth in the invasion shop. You'd have a much higher chance of doing event keys. It'd still be a pretty low chance, though. Very, very low. But the chance would be higher off of event keys. So overall, you'd probably get more from doing the actual sigils, mainly because the chance that you will get what you want out of event keys is still very, very low. Like, Ubestead's only going to be about 1 in 1,000, either way that you do it. So per drop that you get. So it's still very unlikely, regardless. But yeah, he's available in both. He's available right now in event keys, and he's available in the sigil shop, the one for the class event today. We'll do the buff. I'm actually going to use Ubestead to get rid of barrier here. And then hopefully he gives us a skull. That's why I do that. I could have already won. We'll do it with style. Hello, Medieval and Vouter. Welcome. Oh no, we're finally losing sigils. Where did all the Val Ravens go? We were getting such a good rate of them. Go ask yourself if it's worth spending 250 to 500 gems for a green orb. We're pretty lucky right now, though. We got 2 blue orbs in a row. I'm pretty sure we're going to break that streak very soon, because it's very unlikely that we'll keep that up. But we are currently 2 blues in a row. Hopefully it stays like that forever. Let's see 12 blues in a row. I really need more major blues is my biggest issue right now. So even if I don't go for first place leaderboards, I might try going just for second or third, just for the double majors. Because they're generally a lot cheaper than going for first place, and they would still give us decent value if we hit purple or blue. The only big issue is if they don't hit purple or blue, we basically just wasted all of our resources. Similar to how most orbs are. But of course you have to put even more in to try going for majors. Same thing can even happen in Bounty Hunter, which is kind of weird. It's possible to do all of Bounty Hunter and actually lose resources instead of gain. It's very rare that that happens, but it can happen. Because one thing I normally don't factor into doing into Bounty Hunter that we do get every single time are the vault keys. I generally just save the vault keys for when something new comes into the vault drop table. Whereas we are getting like 2 of those every single time we do those, which I don't normally accumulate into the profit of the thing, of the event. Man, that should be matched, and if that's not, Ubestead will clear it. Oh, last battle if we don't find a Val Raven. Hopefully we find at least one more, though. Hello, Rodrigic. Welcome. And hello, David. Is there a particular kingdom you should use your shards on over the others? The best faction to throw your shards on depends on a lot of factors. I would say, first things first, double check if you have 5-star Darkstone. And if you don't have 5-star Darkstone, that would probably be the main one I would focus on first. And go through all of your shards into All-Seeing Eye. Because that's the only faction currently that is associated with magic. and magic is the best stat that you can ever have off of a kingdom bonus. So if you don't have Darkstone 5-star, definitely do All-Seeing Eye. The one that you would do after that is very questionable. I guess White Helm, which would be what's it called? Call of Guardians would probably be the one you'd want to do after that, because White Helm can currently go to 14-star, which is the highest starred kingdom in the game right now. And even if you don't have the mythic to do that, you can still get a very easy 5-star on it, or at least attempt working towards 10 stars. Anyways, that's all of our battles for that. Unfortunately, we didn't get a Valraven there. Really early luck Valravens, but didn't get anything after. Now we'll just go do dungeons real quick, go do the other thing real quick, and then we need to go do delves. You mentioned profit rewards from events. What is the basis of that? Well, you just have to value each one of the things. I don't actually know what I would value a larger major orb at, because it's really only used for Zugoff. So really, it almost has zero value to me in a way. I just need to finally get a Zugoff eventually. But as far as what I would value things, a smaller purple in any game, once you finally have all of the drops from seals, and once you hit 40,000 seals, is basically 15 gem keys. So I have value at 9 gems each, which comes out to 135 gems. A larger purple one I value at 675 gems, because it's basically 75 gem keys, which comes out to 9 gems each, which is basically 675 gems. A smaller blue can be valued anywhere from about 250 to 1,000 gems. A larger blue, I have no clue what you'd value that at. Probably about 1,000 gems or so. And the rest of them are complete trash, the smaller greens and the smaller oranges. I guess you could slightly value the smaller oranges at saving you about an hour to a few hours if you're in early game, but later in the game they currently have zero value. And of course the green ones only save you like a few minutes of soul farming, basically. So those basically have no value at all. Basically just a purple and blue. And a vault key, I would probably on average value at about 50 to 100 gems. It can be more, it can be less. But, I don't know, about 100 gems I would say is a vault key. Give or take about 30. Is there a best time to attempt pure faction delves? What do you mean by that? You're way behind. All your delves are level 90 or below. As far as pure faction, mine are pretty low too. The only one I bothered doing high is Crypt. My Hall of Guardians is 120, and all my other ones are 150. But yeah, most of mine are pretty low too. As far as the best time to do it, I would say whenever there is not a stat bonus for the troops there. So, for example, let's just say we're going to have a bonus next week of 10% constructs and 10% white helm. That's not what it's going to be, but let's just say it is. You would definitely not want to do Hall of Guardians in that instance, because while your stuff would have 20%, the enemies would also have 20%, and since they have more stats than you, they would actually have a higher advantage than normal compared to you. So you don't want to do that when doing pure factions. You want to avoid 10% and 20% bonuses on any of the troops that are related to the pure faction. But other than that, pretty much any time is a good time to go try doing higher. If you're just trying to hit a low number on it, you would just have to do it during their weekly event. So you could go do Sea of Sorrows to like 150, 200, 250 or something if you throw some gems and try attempting it. You'd probably also make leaderboard in doing so as well. So that's nice. But other than that, it's pretty hard to actually specifically go for a targeted area, assuming you're already deep, like 400, 500. And the only other point at that point is just trying to do pure faction at 500, which is excessively difficult in every single faction, and takes billions of attempts and probably a upgraded horde beyond 100, possibly even beyond 200. But, yeah, I think that answers the question. Let me know if it does. Anyways, let's go and do this class event real quick. I'm not completing it, but I'm doing it for the free gems, and because we get a little bit of EXP, if nothing else. Though we could just get quicker EXP just actually using the hero class and explore or something. But we'll go with this. It's essentially exactly what we were just using, actually, except I'd probably want to run a Dawnbringer version of what I was running. Also, we don't need to use her because we don't have towers, so we could just use a schema instead. Place that there, and just go, I guess, Dawnbringer. Just go for quicker kills off of that, and that's not how you spell Dawnbringer. There we go. And just put that in first slot, and that should be our team. You know what? Let's just go double Spirit main. Just give it more mana that way. I believe that gives us red. Actually, if anything, we might as well just go 3 Spirit mains. You know what? Why not? We're going to go 3 Spirit mains. The reason for this is he gives us +1 red, and we obviously need that color. There's no other reason for carrying him. Actually, are there any other supports that are better than him in here? I don't think there is. Not for what we need right now. So yeah, I guess we just do that. Oh, we could also use this, but it doesn't have any other support. And it's not helping us to cover any more color. Well, I guess I could carry 1 just so it does a little bit of damage. Also gives us the option to take red or blue in that case. Anyways, what color are we not using? What's a good minus brown banner? Minus brown, minus brown. Minus brown, that gives us those 2 colors is all we need. Where on earth is all the... Oh, I know which one we could use. That one. There we go. Okay, so now we have a +2 or +4 red, a +1 blue, and a +2 yellow. So we're a little bit spread all over the place. You know what? I'm actually just going to go Spirit main. I don't know if we should keep Shadow Hunter or not. It's boosted based on all life, right? Actually, I guess that's fine. It'll be good if a summoner ends up living, because it automatically hits the strongest, so, or the healthiest. Well, same thing. Anyways, let's go do that. That should be fine. Dawnbringer, that thing, and 2 of the other supports just for the links. And now we gain an absurd amount of mana from everything we take. And now we Dawnbringer it down. Wow, we actually have enough mana to 1-turn a Dawnbringer. Oh, apparently we got a... Oh, that's funny. I actually did have a task that I needed to do today that was using this banner. All we had to do was use that banner once, and we got 4 gold keys for it. That's funny. That's a pretty horrible reward, but at least it's better than nothing. Oh, why didn't I take a skull? Could have already won. Well, I'm not doing it all the way to the end. I'm just doing it to all rewards. Or, you know, I'm just doing it to Stage 4. The free Stage 4 that gives us 25 gems and some classy XP. That's all I'm doing it towards for this time. Was Shadow Hunter nerfed? No. Well, yes and no. It was nerfed like a month after it came out, like 3 years ago. But, no, it hasn't been nerfed since. It's still the exact same it's always been since then. But yes, it was nerfed once about a month or 2 after it was released. It was given a 1-to-3 boost ratio instead of a 1-to-2 boost ratio. Because with a 1-to-2 boost ratio, throughout the entire history of the game, it was basically enough to one-shot anything it touched. Whereas at least a 1-to-3 is a little bit more not as good as doing that. So, that was a nice fix. But yeah, it hasn't been nerfed in 3 years, or touched in 3 years, so it's still the same. Substitute for Dawnbringer, Mang. You would go 3 Spirit mains with a Mang, and just spam Mang once or twice, and then just kill everything slowly with skulls. Mang is always the solution to Dawnbringer. Well, in all situations. A Mang Titan. Oh, why didn't I take red? I could have full mana'd. Oh well. Luckily, he just misses. Can Ubizet's ability kill the raid boss? No. Instant kill cannot kill anything, or it cannot kill the raid boss, nor can it kill towers, nor can it kill dooms. Those are the 3 things that it cannot kill. Everything else it can. Oh yeah, Black Manacles tends to be pretty nice on occasion. It's a little bit random when it ends up eventually getting to Devour. It's not something that can be used in first slot too well, just because you're normally waiting a very long time for that Devour, but it is a pretty nice weapon still, with a lot of mana accumulation. It's also one of those weapons that you generally just use because it's full AoE, but then you eventually just get that random kill out of nowhere, which is always nice. Okay, I gotta be careful. He almost has full yellow. Luckily, he just denied his own color right there. So good job. Well, let's go take ourselves a just red right there. Taking reds. There's no way he's going to kill us. There's nowhere he's near being able to do that. And that's why we have this. Is that even enough damage? I don't think it is. Really? It's not even good at cleaning up a single troop. It's really good at getting a kill immediately, but it's not good at cleanup, apparently. I was hoping that would be enough damage. Yeah, you can use Cauldron with Spirit Main. You'd still be able to one-shot similarly. Cauldron I haven't been using much. It's a interesting weapon that I feel like I have used quite a bit in the past, but as of recently I haven't really touched it much. Mainly because attack buff teams tend to be a little bit slow compared to just attack spam teams, or skull spam teams. Especially ever since Doom Skulls came into the game. I feel like Doom Skulls in particular just made attack buffing near useless. Just because if you had the option of choosing a attack buff team compared to just a Doom Skull spam team, you'd always want to go with Doom Skull or Skull spam. Because you no longer really need those attack buffs, since Doom Skulls can now do that attack buff for you. Not to mention, Doom Skulls can hit through and tangle, whereas attack buffs cannot. At one point, attack buffs used to be able to, but now they can't. It's actually impossible to gain attack while you are entangled. Hello, William. Welcome. Oh, DC traffic is the worst, yeah. Traffic by me gets pretty bad during the summer because it's a really big tourist area. So a lot of people tend to come here on vacation and stuff. Luckily, during the winter, it's nice and clear. There's like no one in sight. Looks like no one even lives here in the area. Well, maybe not that bad, but it's normally pretty clear. Which is nice because I normally walk to most of the places I need to go to. So it's a lot easier when there's not a lot of cars. You can just cut through roads and not even need to worry about anything. Because there's some really major roads by me that are literally impossible to cross, or pretty near impossible when it's during the summer. Trying to go a single mile could end up taking an entire hour just because of how much traffic there is during the summer. How much time is left to get Ubista and event keys? You would have until Monday reset, so basically the end of Sunday. You have until 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is how long you would have. On Monday. 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Oh, so how are they not dead yet? Okay, we'll try a third Dawnbringer. Claim all rewards for 20 XP and 10 gems. And we still have about double of that left. I don't know if it's even worth doing these free battles. I still like doing them just because there's a little bit of variation. Unfortunately, this week it's almost exactly the same as, what's it called though? Of Invasions. It's a nice change of pace for once. Basically anything, as long as it's 1 gem per hour, it's probably worth it. I mean, 1 gem per minute. No, 1 gem per hour would be awful. But if it's 1 gem per minute, the farming activity is probably fine. If its main reward is gems. And there's 2 things that are like that. It's these kind of like weekly event things like this, and the treasure hunt. Those are 2 things that are set up like that. How do we not have a hit? There we go. Maybe I should start carrying double Shadow Hunter instead. The only problem with double Shadow Hunter is we would not be able to surge a red into full mana if we did that. And I would kind of prefer having that possibility of surging a red to full. Even if it's unlikely. At least we have the chance. It's actually a pretty high chance, too. We have a 60-something% chance to surge it. So we have a much higher chance that it would happen than it wouldn't. Right, he's going to block my blue now. Can't really help that. Luckily, there's red sitting there. Never mind. It ruined it! Why I got to do that? Alright, we'll just take yellow into a red or a yellow to yellow. And a smash. Hall of Guardian faction team. Think an ethereal sentry should be included? No. To boost your team's attack? To help the gargoyle? No. There's no need for it. You generally run triple guard, or you run silent sentinel, triple gargoyle, or double silent sentinel, double gargoyle. Is basically the only things you would end up running for it. Come on, one more hit. That'll do. Right in time as well, right before he gets a summon. That awkward moment when we might not even have enough sigils. We have to find, well, we should be able to. We just have to find one Valraven within these next several battles. Which should be possible. We have 3 battles to find one Valraven. And then we have to kill that Valraven. And if we don't, we lose 10 gems. Or I shouldn't say that we lose 10 gems, but we don't end up getting 10 gems. Which would definitely be nice. Oh, come on, move something. Move something! Go! There we go. Take our red, Dawnbringer it down, and we're good to go. Claim the next 5 with 15 EXP. And hopefully find a Valraven here. There we go. Okay, all we need it to do now is make sure it doesn't escape, and it's blocked on yellow, so that's even better. So we should be fine. Just have to do that 2 more times without escaping. Oh no! That's actually really bad that we just got a kill. Because now he can take yellow and actually accumulate mana. And he's not the weakest either, so I can't target him with the thing. So we have to do manual damage to kill it down. Basically. Oh, that's not what I meant to take. With Dawnbringer spam. I almost don't even want to take that blue because it gives them yellow. Or at least, well, yeah, we can take that one. There we go. All right, we'll take this. Come on, kill it. Get a skull somehow. Not you, us. What do we take? What do we take? I guess we'll take the green, then take the blue. Anything that doesn't give him yellow is fine. I almost want to take that purple, but it's not actually going to hit him. It does give a skull chance, though, but it gives him a yellow. He's probably not going to take it in the right way. Actually, you know what? We'll take that one. There we go. We won. Well, we were going to win for sure, but, you know, we got the Valraven. There we go. Okay. And that means we get 10 gems and, like, 20 XP or something. The XP is pretty trivial, but still need the gems. And then we'll hand out a redeem code and then go do Delves. Currently just using Mang Skull spam. I hate having to resort to that, but we kind of have to. What Mang team and banner did you try, or did you say to use for the class event? Sorry, 1 second. Mang team and banner to use for the class event. Oh, you can use Mang triple spirit main with the +2 red, +1 brown, -1 purple banner. I think it's called Meteor Banner. They're basically just spamming Mang the entire time. Well, maybe not the entire time. You spam it twice and then just take every skull in sight until you win. I would advise using an AoE weapon for the first 2 sets, though. Maybe even the first 3 or 4. And then after that, you switch to Mang. Even something as simple as a War and Peace or Black Manic or something like that is decent enough for these earlier ones. And it'd probably be quicker than using Mang. Mang's only starts getting good once the enemy stats start getting high. Otherwise, it might be a bit too slow. It'd still win, it'd just be a little sluggish. Aw, 1 mana short. Why you gotta do that to us? Oh well. I'll throw that down. Get a nice hit on one of those. Dawnbringer dead, and that's match. At what point should you make Dawnbringer a priority? Whenever you feel like you want to get it. You can get it at pretty much any state in the game. It just takes a while. I would say wait until you at least have a okay soul farming team and then prioritize it. You'd want to make sure you have, at minimum, Dragon Soul triple Azurus fully traded. The Azurus fully traded. Dragon Soul doesn't have to be. But I would say that is the minimum you'd want to have before you start trying to get a Dawnbringer. That or if you don't have that many Azurus copies, Dragon Soul with no traits, or traits, doesn't matter. Azurus fully traded, 2 of them. And then either a Umbra Wolf fully traded in last slot, or Hero using Necromancer class using the Purple Storm. Those would end up farming souls at a relatively decent rate, to a point that it would be fine to go and just start grinding out Dawnbringer. But it really just comes down to how much time you have. You can go for it at pretty much any point if you just spam Arena. Though the problem with that is it would take like 60 to like 80 hours of doing Arena to actually get a Dawnbringer from scratch. But there's really no bad time to go for it. It's just generally you want to wait until you have proper soul farming methods before you do. Just because it reduces the amount of time you'll have to spend doing it. Doing the grind. Try what team? Glory Troop, Jar of Eyes, Ubistet, and Spirit Main? It sounds like it would work. Does Jar of Eyes give gold or something? Because we wouldn't have a gold method for it in that team. Unless it does. I actually forget what it does. I know it does like some stat reduction at 2 mana steal and some other thing. Blue Storm or something. I don't think it has a gold gain though. Oh, we actually got another Valraven? I actually don't even need that. Because we're going to have max without it. I already have all the battles, and doing 2 battles isn't really going to get us anywhere. If it escapes, it actually doesn't even matter, so I'm just going to let it if it does. And all we have to do is poke it. $200,000 souls to go and still no Fairish Ra, yeah. It is nice to have 1 Fairish Ra fully traded before you soul farm. It's not required, but 1 single Fairish Ra can almost reduce the time in half compared to not having a Fairish Ra. So it's generally advised as one of your very first crafts, or at least at the point where you're finally planning on getting a Dawnbringer. It's not necessary, but it saves a lot of time. Especially if you have 2, though 1 is still fine. Anyways, that's all that. Let's go give out a redeem code, and then let's go do dungeons, or delves, I mean. And go and keep getting deeper. We should have the pet, I believe, sometime next week, midweek. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. 3 wins at a time. And then we'll be back to having nothing. Oh, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I just deleted the code. That's a fail. Copy the code. Save it so we know we used it. Put that there. Double check. And it does indeed work. Let's go claim it for the other account. And there we go. Okay. And then we just copy paste it. Paste it there. Copy the whole thing. Why didn't it paste? Why didn't it paste? What is it doing? Refresh. Paste. Copy. And there we go. And there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Used on the same place as always. gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click the link in the description. Redeem code can be found right over there in description or right above, either or. Just copy paste it or type it in. Invite code is same place as always, whatever your game says there underneath settings. And gives the same reward as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. And that's that. Might want to save it for next Mythic next week, next Friday. Not tomorrow Friday, but next week's Friday. Anyways, let's go do Delves. We're almost there. We're at 330, and we'll probably be able to get to 360 then. This team's actually been doing okay. I hate having to resort to having to use Mang, but we are currently resorting back to using Mang. And it's going fine. We're just basically rushing Mang and then going crazy from there. And that's basically it. Skull spam into Mang. Have to deal with annoying entangles, but we have Apothecary, so we somewhat have a counter to it. Fortunately, we don't have Immune on first slot, but it's close enough. So right off the bat, ideally we'd have access to a Brown. I think I'll let him have that, so we'll just let it go. We'll get Apothecary right here to recover. Make sure we don't die and to get rid of that entangle. Get a Mang immediately. And now we just basically win automatically off of gigantic amount of damage. So I guess we'll try getting 1 Mang before we do. Let's let him hit us, get our barrier right back. And basically just standard Mang play. Get a second Mang so we one-shot everything, and then we get rid of something. Anything have extra turn? Red did until we ruined it, but apparently we still do right there. Grab that, dead. And it's still our turn. And that's basically what we do for every battle. Hello, Kevin! Though we're only going to be rushing to the boss, just for time's sake, as we do with pretty much I have everything past 250 delves. I always just rush the boss. You can do every single room up to about 350 or 400, but the amount of time it takes relative to the reward you get just isn't worth it, so I don't normally bother. Oh no! We're dead. We have a problem here. Hold up. We have a severe problem here. We just died. Our hero just got lost. We don't have any skull mitigation or skull dodge or anything like that. And we are dead to anything that he does. He has 110 damage. And there's 2 skulls and we can't stop both of them. Which one has the higher extra turn chance? Both of them are awful. For this one, we would need a triple blue or a triple green. For this one, we would need a triple green, and that's it. So I guess this one technically has more options, but it's very unlikely either way. And I don't think there's any kind of cascade where we can get something to go where we need it to. There's no way we're getting that cascade, though. Alternatively, we can also take this purple-yellow and just hope for an extra turn. I guess that might be our best bet, because it would give us the most amount of options for extra turn potential. We could get it off of, or maybe not, never mind, it's about the same. We could get either a triple red or we could get a triple purple, and those would be the only 2 drops. Oh no, a triple blue. Okay, this one does have more options. So a triple blue, a triple red, or a triple purple would all save us here, and we don't get a single one. It got close to doing blue, though. Okay, we can still win without it, though our chance of winning without that is pretty much just repick battle for sanity's sake. Let's see. Yeah, I think we just repick. It's gonna be way too annoying without a Mang. Rip. That was a quick delve. It didn't take any time at all. Yeah, I guess we just retreat. There's not much else to do here. It'd be very annoying to have to win just with Keeper of Souls. So we'll just retreat. We'll have more battles in the near future anyways. Hey, we get 840 souls just for doing that anyways. For clearing 1 single room. That's actually not too bad. Okay, let's try that again and not fail, and make sure there's actually browns, though I can't really help the brown situation at the beginning of a board. Oh, do we not have alignment? Yeah, we do on purple. Throw a second Mang. Before we do, let's just grab that skull for the kill. Before we do that even, let's go grab that to kill it. Get all the manas we need, grab everything. And now we win. And we just one-shot all the things. Get rid of blue. How is there not a thing? There it is. And anyways, kill it. You were wondering when your next chest opening video will be. Next Friday. Not tomorrow, but next Friday for the new Mythic. We always do one for a Mythic. That's one of the only things we really do chest openings for anymore, because there's no longer new kingdoms. There is a slight chance we might get 1 kingdom next year, but that would only be 1 compared to normally 6 or 7, or more towards 6, or 5 or 6. But yeah, there's a good chance we might not get a single kingdom all of next year. It's kind of weird how keys are used now, because there's really not a single point where you need to use like gold keys and glory keys, unless you wanted to throw them in some of the stuff that already existed. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah, there's very rarely that we ever need to do a key opening anymore. Basically just mythics, and that's it. Alright, we really need browns. Where are they all? Stop hitting us! We're about to lose it again. We might actually go all of today without completing a single delve. That's one of the reasons why I hate using Mang, but there's not too many other options for this delve. Okay, is that shuffle good or bad? It's kind of neutral. Take the green for now. See if we can get a convert anywheres. Why is there no extra turn? I still got to go for it. I guess we'll do it on red just so he doesn't have anything to use. And now we get 1 more Mang and then just tear apart everything and auto win. And it's match. Oh, that was quick. From almost losing to winning in like 3 seconds, not even. Our chest opening is generally just when we go and open a bunch of keys to try to get something. And these days, the only thing we really ever have to do that for are mythics. Oh, why'd I do that on him? I should have just done it. Oh, actually, that does allow us to... That's why I did it on him. Because that does allow us to now do a skull poke on him if we randomly get one like that. Otherwise, it wouldn't have killed him if we didn't do it specifically on him. Okay, and now we just keep going down the line. We should have enough to one-shot everything. Just get a good extra turn, and we won. Yeah, they did change the amount of mana you need for Mang. It used to be 40-40. But they reduced that, I believe, to 31-31, or 30-30, as you mentioned. 1 to 2. I don't know when they did all the rebalance for that, but there was a patch where they didn't really mention it, but they actually rebalanced a lot of the numbers that you need in order to get specific weapons. Okay, so good. He didn't end up getting Entangle on first slot, mainly because he got... he hit our barrier, so he's not allowed to entangle us. He's also stunned now, so even if he gets skulls here, he won't be able to. So with that being said, I might just go for blue. It's not too good. Actually, let me take a green first and see where that leaves the board. And then we'll probably go for it. So we have a yellow extra turn. We'll go for that. Get that killed since he's stunned. I really need 1 more Mang down before we go and start hitting through his team. Problem, though, no extra turn anywheres. I guess we just do it on purple. That'll be good enough. We'll do that. He'll poke us. Take all the browns. Grab like a red sir. Actually, let's go for a brown. And then just skull spam off of blues or something. So he'll just hit us on that skull there. That's fine. Hit that. Hit all the attack we need. Almost 1,000. Hit it on blue. And that should wipe out the entire team. There we go. Now we just need to do that again without losing Mang. We get a little bit of everything there. Yeah, this goes really quick, but the problem is it's not really consistent at winning. They can very easily die out of nowhere. Get a good apothecary here. Do it on nothing, apparently. Green. Can we do it? Oh, we'll try it. Get it on green there. Get all the manas we need. He'll do a little reduction thing. That's fine. It only gives him magic. It's not really doing anything. Do it on you since you have it too stealthy. And then he's dead all for reds. Oh, there's no double skull that we could take. Oh, yes, there is. There we go. Good thing, because we want to make sure the Mang isn't in danger. As minimal as possible. Now, this is that annoying Spirit Fox one. There's a lot of teams that fail heavily against this. For two reasons. One is the entire team is stealthy except for this. So even when we're using Mang, it somewhat fails against it. And the second reason is just because of just Spirit Fox over and over and over again. Teams that are really heavy into yellow, or just teams in general that don't like to be mana drained, tend to not fend well. Also, even things that have low HP can be bad sometimes. It's because of how they are. Okay, so let's get our first Mang. We might be able to Mang again. We would need to make sure it gets stunned, though. The only way we could do that is if it hits us with a skull. So hopefully it'll do just that. Just have to set it up somewhere. Start getting all our mana up that we need. There we go, there's a skull. Oh, but it's a free turn skull. I kind of want that instead. We'll wait till the next one before we try manging it. We'll give us some more time as well. I can still skull spam it in the current condition. So do that, do it on greens. There we go. One skull will kill that out, and then we can mang and then one-shot it. Or even just skull spam again, and that'll probably be fine. Let's take the blues first, just in case. Oh, I ruined my alignment, though. Oh, no, but it gave us a new one. We can do it on green right there. And it dies off of everything. I really hope the next delve does not have 2 rooms in between and goes back to only 1 room in between. It's just a whole extra battle of possible failing that we are forced to have to do. Now, let's do this on first slot so our skulls can kill it, especially if it's just with 1. Guess we'll start getting Apothecary up just so we have it. Perfect. And that's basically a match. Throw it on some purples there. That'll give us our second Mang that we need. Oh, I exploded my thing away. That's not nice. Now we just have enough to one-shot everything. And what will we do it on? First things first, move that over. Take our blues so we have full mana for that. Looks like red. It doesn't give us too much value, though. We'll try for a Sky Skull there. Nice, we got it. And it's dead. And then the only other thing we have is this final room. Oh, there's a really complicated formula for the masteries thing. Basically, the only thing you really need to know is after about 100 mastery, it starts getting quite a bit of a diminishing return. It was something that was rebalanced a couple times, though it hasn't been touched in the last couple years for the most part. But yeah, basically any mastery beyond about 150 is almost pointless, just because of how much diminishing return you're getting. It still helps some, but it's very ineffective compared to the first 150 you get. And it only applies to when you take a 3. Or convert a 3. 4 times have a 0% chance, and 5 times have a 100% chance. So those don't actually roll off that formula at all. Oh, why'd I do that? I still didn't get second Mang yet. Oh well. At least he's still alive. And not entangled. Though it wouldn't matter since we can just do that anyways. Well, there's a skull there. I kind of have to go for it. So we'll do just that. Could have probably taken an extra turn, but I guess we'll throw the almighty Mang for the final hit. Throw that in there and then go do skull spam. And he's super dead. And it was still our turn even if it wasn't. There we go. That could have gone a little bit smoother on the first one, but at least the other 2 went well. 69. And let's just see if we can finally get that legend. I need 1 copy of the legend, or I believe like 6 more copies of the rare, which is going pretty good since we just got 2 back-to-back. 3 back-to-back. Oh, that's not the right rare. There we go. Yeah, we should be right on top of it. Should only need about 3-4 more copies or so. We'll go double check. Oh, we might be able to get some too. I forgot the rewards right there. And let's go try for a little bit more. Only 1 apparently. No! Wrong legend! It gave me the treasure instead of the troop. Really? This is going to be the first faction ever where I actually go and get every single one maxed by just using shards without the legend getting maxed. That is super strange and also very unlucky. Let me go double check that. How close are we? Obviously, we need one copy of him. I have no clue how we don't have it yet. But how is the other thing doing? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Primal Rift. We only need 2 more copies. There's a really high chance we'll get those 2 copies before we get 1 copy of him. And then we still need to go eventually get 1 copy of him. It's going to be a fail. We're going to have to waste a bunch of shards needlessly because of that. There's still a few other factions where I haven't maxed everything, but it'd be the first time when the legend was the only one, or the one that ended up taking the longest. Why am I not doing the full floor? Because I'm only doing it for renown mainly when we're doing these. The main goal is trying to get this renown to be higher. I'm not really trying to do every room because I don't really need the reward. The amount of time it would take is just not worth it. Also, every single room you do is just one more chance that you might die. So you generally want to minimize it if you're just trying to get renown. And that's our main goal. But yeah, for renown, the only thing that matters is getting the delve completed as quickly as possible. Is the only thing that matters when doing any of these 4. There's no point in doing it. Only when you actually want loot do you do everything. And I can easily get all my loot just simply off of the Tuesday ones. Yeah, it reduces the time by like half. Sometimes even a little bit more than half. Like as far as how much time it saves. And it's just way quicker. Or way less riskier. You should have it. Look, oh, never mind. That was someone else. Oh yeah, there's 2 numbers of mastery. One is your normal mastery, and one is your hero mastery. They are both completely different. Weapons are allocated based on your... Where's masteries? There it is. Weapons are allocated based on your hero mastery. So if a weapon says you need 25 red, 25 blue, let's say, it's specifically referring to the hero number. It's not referring to your total. Total just determines this. The hero one specifically determines weapon unlocks. But I don't think there's a single weapon unlock beyond 50 or even 40 these days. I think, last I recall, the one useless weapon that uses every color unlocks at 50. Prismatic Orbs at like 25 all, and then there's like that other one that is 50 all, or something like that. They might have reduced it in recent time, but that's based on the hero number. But as far as the surge percent, it's based on your total, and it's just accumulated through a bunch of different factors, mainly from leveling. But you also get quite a hefty amount from guilds, particularly in late game. You can potentially get up to 20 from your class. Kingdoms can give, I believe, 10 each. And pets can give you up to 10. Since there's currently 1 pet for every single color, like you can see for the blue one. But that's not actual percent, that's just your mastery. That goes into the formula for the percent. Anyways, that's that. Generally, you don't really need to worry about those numbers. Once you get like 150 plus mastery, you basically never luck there again. Why is my Mang only +5? Because it gets weaker as you upgrade it. There's a lot of weapons that they're likely going to be retweaking in the near future. That basically they get weaker as you upgrade them. And that's one of the reasons why I currently only have +5 here. It ends up creating 1 red if I go any further. And that will make the weapon weaker, not stronger. And there's very minimal other benefits that would get. We'd only get 4 armor, 4 life, and 2 attack. And in the instances that you use Mang, it's generally ridiculously high stats. So these extra bonuses mean basically nothing. The only reason I have it to +5 is because it doesn't do any of those weird effects. It just gives standard stats to your hero. There's not a single weapon that can get messed up by simply going to +5. But things like this, things like destroying a single gem, like creating a single gem, anything that ever does this could potentially be weaker with the upgrade. Also, anything that spawns gems and then also does an explosion with it can be weaker. And basically anything that does board control that doesn't automatically have an extra turn or no board control to begin with and then is gaining board control would pretty much be weaker once you get the effect on it. So that's why we don't have it upgraded. They're going to be tweaking that in the future to be something, I have no clue what. Sometime next year they're likely going to do that. No official date on when though. But it is something they're looking into. Making weapons so they aren't useless when they're upgraded, or aren't weaker when they're upgraded, which doesn't make any sense, of course. Will they refund ingots for changed weapons? I don't think they've ever actually had a refund option for weapons yet. I wish they would. because they ended up rebalancing... Wait, what did they end up changing? I could have sworn there was one. Dragon's Eye. They ended up rebalancing Dragon's Eye, but they never did a refund for Dragon's Eye. So I don't know exactly what's going to be up with that, if they will allow refunds for weapons. They've never actually have in the past. For troops, they always do, but for weapons, not so much. If they happen to not, and you really feel like getting it refunded, you could always contact support and see if they could do it for you. But other than that, I'm not quite sure if they will or will not be. Yeah, destroying a gem is actually better than creating one gem. It's one of the reasons why I don't mind having Dawnbringer have its 2 effects. It ends up destroying a red and a yellow, I believe, which isn't as bad. If it was create a red or a yellow, I probably would have kept it at 5. But since it destroys it, it at least accumulates 2 mana and could still have that slight cascade chance. Generally, when you're just creating a single gem, it's just going to give it to the enemy to do some kind of 4 times or 5 times move with. It's very rarely actually going to help you compared to what a destroy can do. Destroy is still pretty bad as well, but it's a lot better than creating, that's for sure. It's a good question for Sunday night. Oh yeah, they are doing a Q&A Sunday night, which is in 3 days from now. So, yeah. Have they posted a thing on the forum yet to accumulate questions? They should probably post that around so we can go get some good questions for them. I forget what they're going over, but I assume it's all of next year's stuff, or at least of what they can currently disclose. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. We'll be back same time as always tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We're also going to be around tomorrow morning from about 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about 13 hours from now, if you're watching now. And we'll mainly just be doing Bounty Hunter during that time. Bounty Hunter normally takes about 3 hours, so it's probably going to take the entirety of the stream. Might take a little bit longer depending on options we have, but lately options have been pretty decent. Really, just anything into Pharaoh Hound, Yagway tends to be okay. But it depends how much the bounty troop is blocking us. I actually forget the colors of it. But we'll find out tomorrow and go do that. But yep, that's going to be the main priority for tomorrow morning stream most likely. And seeing what kind of loot we get from it. Hopefully we get a blue and stuff like that. This is going to cost a little over 1,000 gems, but we do get a lot of stuff back for it. To the point that it's generally worth going for leaderboard, or at least I personally feel like it. If you have like over 10,000 gems, it is. If you have lower than that, it might not be worth doing Bounty Hunter. You'd at least want to do the free Bounty Hunter battles though, of course. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming down. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.